So you've had a lot of success at Sundance before with Sin Nombre. You won a Best Directing Award, but now you're on the other side of things. What does it feel like to be a jury member?
It actually feels like, I think, what Sundance is supposed to feel like, where you actually get to see movies. This is probably my 4th or 5th time coming to the festival, and I think every other time I was so busy, either with my short film that was here or at the lab, or then with Sin Nombre, sort of doing work around the film, that I never got to see any other movies. And this time I've seen about 20 movies.
Has it felt, 20 is a lot? Has it felt hectic, or?
It only feels hectic because you want to see so many more.
Yeah.
And you don't have time. But like,
Right.
other than that, like, and just in terms of like pure consumption of cinema, it's been pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's a good problem to have
Yeah.
too many
Too
good
many
movies to get to.
And like when I'm at home, like, you know, when you're working, you actually don't go to movies that often. Maybe a premiere or something like that. But otherwise, you're seeing a lot of stuff on screeners and on your computer. So again, being an audience and watching a film is so much more enjoyable.
Your projects are very different. So Sin Nombre, Jane Eyre, True Detective. I wanted to ask if you think there's something that kind of unifies all of them. They all have a very distinct sense of place, like they capture a culture. I don't know if that's something you kind of focused on.
This is probably a totally tangential comment, but like I was at the Global Cinema Award the other night. My friend Kanan was winning an award, and this guy comes up to us and he's like, "Where are you from?" And one woman's like, "From France." And "Where are you from?" And Kanan's like, "From Somalia." And he's like, "Where are you from?" I'm like, "America." And he just was not interested in talking to me. He didn't know like what my movies were, but just because I was American. Then I realized after he left that I've actually never made a movie in America.
Right.
Up to this point, I've done 3 feature films, and not one of them has been in America. If I had to say what was in common with them, it's hard to say. I mean, genre-wise, they're a little bit different, and I guess in every one of my movies, a kid dies.
That's your signature.
Yeah, it's a terrible signature, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, so your next movie, I worry that will probably be the case once again.
Yes,
It's with
that's what I'm
Idris
saying.
Elba.
Like every single one of my movies, I don't know what the issue is there.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about that movie. It's called Beasts of No Nation. It's based on the novel.
Beasts of No Nation, based on the novel. Idris Elba plays a sort of like commander of a group of fighters in a civil war in an unspecified West African country.
Okay.
So, and really it's about a little boy who gets caught up in war, and on the sort of surface level, it's what happens to people who are caught up in war before and after. But it's also, really, it's about the sort of the post-colonial cycle of conflict and conflict as industry.
Are you sticking pretty closely to the novel? Or are you trying to put your own spin on it?
I've definitely adapted it. So it'll be interesting once it comes out for those who've read the book and those who've seen the movie, the differences they pick up, you know, what I put in there. But for the most part, I've tried to stick to the essence and the spirit of the book, which is about a young boy grappling with doing terrible things. So,
are you using a long take in it? I don't know if this is something you're kind of tired of being associated with, or if it's something you want to keep doing.
I think long takes will always be fun to do. There is a long take in there, but it's not showy or anything. It's just, you know, it's really funny because after the True Detective long take came out in episode 4, you know, I heard a lot about it and people reacting to it. And then, you know, if you really look at like Spielberg and a lot of other, even in television, you know, a lot of directors, like there's a lot of long takes in there. So
kind of like stealth long takes.
Stealth long takes, like they're not necessarily calling attention to themselves, but they work perfectly narratively and for the characters or that moment in the story. I mean, if you look at Jaws is full of oneers.
Yeah, there's that one on the boat.
The little ferry,
like,
the little ferry goes across. Yeah, but there's even more than that. There's tons of them.
Oh, what a good boy. Good. And what about lie down? Can you lie down a little bit? Oh, good. Watch. Very good. Let me give you a little treat.